2022 to order. Appreciate everybody being here. We'll begin with an invocation, which I will offer, and then our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by our Fire Marshal, Corey Barton. We'll go to that point. Our dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful to be gathered here this evening for this commission meeting. We're especially thankful to live in Box Elder County. We're thankful for the opportunity to live and work here, and for the wonderful community that we have because of the people that live and work here. Please bless us tonight that we can go over the items on the agenda and that we can make the decisions that will be best for the folks that live and work here in the county. Please continue to bless those that work in our emergency services and law enforcement and military, that they can continue to provide the services that they do and that they can return home safely to their families. Please bless us with moisture. We're thankful for what we've received, and please help us that we'll have what we need for their crops and to take care of our needs. We're especially thankful for this time of the year and to celebrate our freedoms and those that went before us that made them possible. Please bless our families as we're away tonight, and we ask for these favors and blessings and do so in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Well, please rise and repeat after me, or with me. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It's good to have all of those voices out there. That sounded especially good tonight. So, all right. Anybody have any former items, reports?
Do you want to talk about?
Oh, minutes?
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes from 0601 and 0615, 2022.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anything that we need to cover?
You've got the MOU for the fire.
Jeff Monk.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to come up and we'll do that one first, then we'll tackle COVID.
This is just a follow-up from a few meetings ago from
And
the
your
Jeff
name
Monk.
is?
Oh,
And your name is?
my name's Corey Barton.
Thanks. Now it's Marla's got you.
I'm
Thanks, Laura.
Sagittarius. Okay, follow-up from the Jeff Monk MOU. It was before you guys before. Mr. Monk come in and we were trying to work out an agreement with Cache County to cover fire protection in there. Their legal staff went through and drew up a mutual aid agreement, which is a great way to go. It's what we do with all the rest of the departments. So we've brought them down here on fires before, especially the Beaver Dam area. So we're just signing a formal mutual aid agreement with them. I sent it to Attorney Hatfield. We discussed it, went over it. It's a pretty standard agreement. I think I've sent it all to you guys.
Yeah, I sent all you an email on it.
Yeah.
There's some vagueness in it. It's up to you whether you want to try and fix that or.
I'm okay.
But it keeps it pretty open. So, and the one question was, well, if they can't respond, then yes, we'll have Phil go up there, but we'll take and show them the area and get them pre-planned on it if they wind up having to go up there. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that from, yeah, I briefly looked at it, Steve.
Did we make a motion pending your look?
I don't think we did.
I don't think so. This was just.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
we've taken any action on this one.
no, you just tabled it until we could come up with an agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really the question is, there's some things in it that Corey and I talked about. It doesn't specify what happens if somebody doesn't respond. There's just some vague things in there.
Yeah. And that's the thing with the mutual aid agreement. If, like we have with the rest of the departments in the county, if you can't respond, then it's,
Somebody else responds?
yep.
Do you think it, I mean, are we covered liability-wise? I mean, it's not an issue that way.
It's more of if there's a disagreement about something in there, it's going to be hard to decipher,
Who the responsible party is?
right?
Okay. All right, any questions, thoughts, concerns?
Do you want us to, I mean, we can approve it pending the outcome of that problem, if you got a problem with that, but if not, I'd still approve it.
Well, I was just going to ask, does it need to be more specific to your liking?
What do you think their response is going to be to some of these questions, Corey? Are they going to say just take it or leave it, or?
No, I mean, most mutual aid contracts are
Vague.
vague, because again, you're trying to help out another department, and if you can go, you can go, if you can't, you can't. And that's really the standard for the industry, and that's what this contract is.
I'll make a motion then to approve the MOU for Jeff Monk.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hadfield, a second by Commissioner Summers. All in favor?
Aye.
We could end up having something similar to this, but where we're the responding agency, I'm assuming, over on the border in Sardine Canyon there at the summit. Because we've got one home that's up there that's just inside Box Elder, but if they build any more, we could have one or two of those in cash.
Yeah, exactly. We could be just
Same thing.
exactly the same way. And this, rather than having to go and redo all of this allows us to respond up in there if we need to, and allows them to respond to the ones if they build any more over there by Beaver Dam.
Yeah, because we'd definitely be the closest agency there.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right.
Okay.
And then
Thanks,
we just
sir.
need to sign it.
Now he can keep building?
Yeah.
Does anybody told him that?
No,
Okay,
we haven't had to sign an agreement yet.
all right.
Now you can.
I was gonna say, call him. He'll probably start tonight.
Okay, the other prior agenda item is, we had a COVID, what was it? Yep. Yeah, COVID policy where if somebody had COVID, they had hours off instead of using sick leave or PTO. It expired on June 30th. We were hoping we'd be done, but there's still a little bit going on, and so we would need to renew that or just
Extend it.
leave it expired.
How long do you think to renew it? 90 days?
We do have 2 or 3 people that are currently on it.
Okay,
And quite frankly, if somebody does have it, we'd rather have them stay home than,
Can we specify like how many days out we want to renew it, or is it just a
This-
30-day
you just
rolling
said
thing?
90
my
days.
recommendation would be September 30th, another quarter.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve the policy and extend that sick leave for COVID for 90 days.
Second?
Have a motion by Commissioner Summers and a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
No ARPA, nothing?
Let's get on to some really important stuff here. Let's see. ARPA, thank you, Charlene, for that report. We've got an up-to-date report on everything that's been funded, and we're still waiting on the second tranche to
No.
come in, or did it hit?
Got it.
Okay. So we're done. Okay.
As far as receiving funds, yes.
Now we just have to spend it. Okay, yeah, we're not in a major hurry, but there's a couple of things, so. There is the one that will need to get sent out to the Water Conservancy.
We approved that.
We approved that one.
Okay,
It's like 1.3.
1 point, yeah, between 1.2, 1.3.
so we already sent that amount to them, is this an addition?
Oh, no, if it's
No,
already been
That
sent,
was-
you're
That was in
good.
the first tranche that we
Okay.
did that, yeah.
Oh,
Awesome. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's see, any other issues, emergency management?
nope.
Okay. All right, Commissioner Summers, would you like to introduce,
I would love to introduce
This group?
this next group.
okay,
So I am friends with one of your coaches on Facebook, social media. You know what that is, right? Okay, just making sure. So I've
Should've
got
said
to,
Instagram.
I've got to follow you guys for the last little while, and I thought it was so awesome of all the things you guys have been doing. And so I'm going to introduce you that this year the River Dogs have played first in the Arizona Triple Crown tournament, second place in the Idaho Falls tournament, first in the Omaha Slump Buster. I had to say that slow. The Slump Buster tournament, the Omaha tournament. They were the 5th seed going into the bracket to play in single elimination. The team showed heart and determination to win. We beat the Tigers from Colorado. Then we had to play the elite team from Dallas-Fort Worth, Army of 9. We beat them 3-2. The championship game was against Missouri Mavericks, and they won 7-5. The impressive thing is that these teams can pick the best players from the biggest cities from over 1 million people in population. Our county is just over 54,000. So how cool is that? That's pretty awesome. So we wanted to bring you here tonight, honor you as the county. We got some certificates for you and tell you way to go. I mean, that, you know, Bear River, River Dogs, the whole thing, right? And Box Elder County. You're representing us very well. And how many, do you want to show up your rings? Put your rings up. Look at this. Look at how cool that is. Yep. So
That's awesome.
Jonathan, do you want me to give you these certificates and you can fill them out? Or I mean, well, they're all filled out. You can just give them to those kids. And here's some golden spikes. If you need some more. If you want to do it now, we can do it now. Do you want to come
Yeah.
stand up here?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Come up and-
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's get up here.
Coach Tom, you want to come up and help? Tom's the head coach. Corey's the assistant coach. Corey, you want to come up? Okay.
Grab some more spikes.
Okay, this is for Tom Holland. He's a good coach. Kevin Goldman is actually out of state right now. Corey Stewart, come on up. I knew I'd get you up here somehow. Colin Ward is another coach. He's not here. Jared Thickman. Jared Thickman's our first baseman and center fielder. Jack Stewart. Jack Stewart's our pitcher and shortstop. Nate Holland. Nate Holland's our catcher, second baseman. Easton Goldman. He's out of state right now. Jackson Dallin. Jackson is our catcher and second baseman. Braxton Collins. Braxton is our third baseman and shortstop. David Stewart.
That's right, your grandpa's here.
David Stewart is our outfielder. Chancellor Ward is not here right now. Ty Thompson. Now I just want to say one thing about Ty. Ty, when we played Army of 9, they're a super elite team from Dallas-Fort Worth area. They were one of the best teams out there. Ty pitched the whole game and really did an excellent job getting us to the championship. Tyke's a pitcher and Camden Christensen. Camden is a pitcher and outfielder. And Mason Evans. Mason's the youngest of our group, and he plays outfield. Let's give a hand, everybody.
The best part about this is you guys don't have to stay and listen to the rest of this boring stuff. So if you want to take off.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
We'll scan it on the picture.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, good luck. That's really cool. They've been able to play all over and do that.
That's cool. All right. That's awesome. Good kids.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, Commish. Let's see, our Rocky Mountain Housing Fund. Have you got information on that?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about kind of what we're trying to do or
Yeah,
should do?
well, do you want to talk about what it is? Or
Yeah, well, I can talk about what it is. It's, the Rocky Mountain House Foundation is a program that's public or privately funded that we can be a part of and actually send employees to, whether it be deputies, clerks, auditors, emergency management, anybody like that for first-time home buyers. They have an opportunity to actually get into a home for a lesser amount. Sometimes it saves them quite a bit of money, but we can pick who we want to go into this program. So
So it's basically a rent to buy.
yeah, it's basically a rent to buy, and they put up some funds, and right now I think they have $50 million from private companies coming into this. I think that's what the last thing I said. But Cass School District's done it, Davis School District, I think Davis Counties or Weber County is the first one to do it. And then we're just going to follow up with that. Another thing that happened since this is that there's another housing fund that actually passed a bill, and they have first-time home buyers money out there also that can be put towards this as a down payment also through the state. So it's kind of a win-win now with the 2 or 3 things that are happening, so.
And was that one specifically for law enforcement?
That was specifically for law enforcement for first-time home buyers,
Up to a max of 25K?
up to,
Yeah.
yep. So,
So they did send us an agreement to sign on this. We reviewed the agreement. There was a change or two made to it. But we did receive an email today saying that it's no longer necessary that we sign the agreement.
oh, I didn't see that.
Basically, we can participate without signing the agreement.
Well, then let's don't sign it.
But you
We'll
would
just
still,
participate.
you would still need to vote to want to participate in the program.
Okay.
Okay.
And each of you received an email from our office evaluating
Yeah.
terms and conditions of that, so you know what they are, so.
Yep.
No, it's awesome. It's one of the issues in, keeping people here and attracting people is having affordable housing. And so I think this is a good program, so,
Well,
okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve and participate in the agreement 22-22.
Are we just
For
gonna,
Rocky Mountain Housing.
we're just gonna agree to participate,
Oh,
Participate
okay,
in the
we'll just
program.
agree
not
to-
sign anything?
We'll agree to participate with Rocky Mountain Housing Fund.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion by Commissioner Hadfield and a second by Commissioner Summers. All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent.
I get the trifecta.
Okay, yeah, we're on to grasshoppers.
Yeah, and I think it should be grasshoppers and
Drought or?
drought.
Other
So-
pestilence.
We got a couple emails. I've been talking to some people throughout the farming community, and out west, it's been horrible, not only with drought, but with Mormon crickets and now grasshoppers. I got some pictures today, I probably couldn't show you, but from Brent Rose out trying to bale what is left of his hay out there. You figure he's probably got a third, and if you blew the picture up, you could see kind of almost like it snowed on top of the windrows. And it was just covered with grasshoppers that were eating it. So they were trying to get them baled. They figured, like I said, a third of their crop. I've been talking with USDA and the state. They're not sure what this might do for them yet because the federal government hasn't come out with anything on either one of these. The state actually pays for half of the spray, but the farmers have to actually pay to get it sprayed. So there might be some other things coming out in that due time to help them with that too. I know a couple years back, they actually opened up a loan fund that help those people that couldn't get their hay crop in with low income to buy hay. And right now hay is ridiculous. So it's like $300 a ton for hay. So if these guys don't get what they need, it might not be good. So that's the reason we were going to try to make sure that we at least open the door and we can crack that nut. That sounds like Mark Millett thing. We're going to crack that nut and make sure we can go up to the upper levels in the state and the federal government with these resolutions, so.
Steve, I appreciate your email on this. Would those pictures and losing up to a third of the crop, I mean, that sounds like it would qualify for the grasshoppers and kind of the pestilence. What kind of information would you need to support that we are actually in a drought?
It's basically up to you to make that finding,
Yeah.
and so it just depends on if you think that's enough to declare it. Typically, you'd expect to see things like from the Department of Ag saying we got a major something going on, but you would definitely want something from the landowners that are actually experiencing it. So
I
it's
could send you the emails or whatever you want me to do.
just
so.
kind of up to you guys whether you think that's sufficient for you to declare a state of emergency.
Okay,
And you saw there's two different types. One of them is declared by the chairman, which is basically to all emergencies, and there's a specific drought one that would apply as well, but that's by resolution.
Well, I was up at Bear Lake last Saturday, and it's 200 yards from the shore now, and it's dropped, I mean, dramatically since spring, and so I'm interested to see how long it'll be until the canal system has to start curtailing.
Well, and we're lucky here because we haven't had to curtail, and there's been some places in the state which has cut down 40 to 50% already. So
Yeah, because we're
blessed to be in this area with Bear Lake.
supposed to have 3 days, at least 3 days next week over 100 degrees here in Brigham. So,
Well, like I said, there's no sense of being left behind. And I think if we do it before, at least get them a leg up and they don't have to wait for another commission meeting if the feds and the state actually comes out with something, so.
The other thing to keep in mind is these last for 30 days if they're not extended.
okay.
So you'd have to extend it again in 30 days, but still needed.
Okay.
Can we just make sure that this is on the meeting for the 1st of August?
Same
Just as a
title.
follow-up?
there, yeah.
You want it to be drought and pestilence, maybe?
Or emergency.
Just put 7 plagues.
We open up the 7th seal.
Yeah. Yeah, drought and
You want it-
pestilence,
Will it
something
be
like
a
that.
resolution or what will it be?
There, yes, the drought one requires a resolution, the other one just requires a proclamation by the chair of the commission.
So it's up
Are
to
they,
you,
are they
Chair.
sixes, or are they, which one seems to fit?
Different
better?
purposes. The drought one is a specific, the
the
legislature
drought.
set that up for drought, opens certain doors with respect to drought. The other one's just a general state of emergency. We used the other one in the flooding, when we had the flooding.
Mhm.
And so the next meeting?
I'd put it on for the next 90 days. Hopefully we have
Mark's got his hand up back there.
Marcus.
I'll do some checking with the state, but there's drought declarations in Nevada and Idaho that automatically makes us right in the shoot for it. So we're already set. Let me just get the details on that from
Okay.
State Emergency Management Office, and I'll get that to you ASAP. But we're eligible for all the benefits as if you'd already declared an emergency because of the status of neighboring counties.
Okay.
So I'll get the details on that. and get it
We'll pass it anyway and go through there. Okay. Good. Thanks, Mark.
Okay.
I'd make a motion that we pass the emergency declaration for drought and pestilence.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Number yet. Do you want a resolution number for that, Marla?
Yeah, has he got the resolution?
I can get one real quick. As quick
Just
as
so
I
it's
can.
tied into something?
I can add that to my motion if you'd like.
Just takes a second.
It's going to be 22 something.
Well, the last one was 2222.
So it'd be 22, 23?
Yeah, let me just make sure she hasn't recorded something else.
You're going to go over your half hour. He's trying to beat Tingy's record.
Trying to what?
Trying to beat Tingy's record.
I think that was 8 minutes.
So yes, 22, 23.
Okay, 22-23.
I'll extend that motion for resolution number 2223.
Second?
Have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Hey, thanks for your work on that, Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
And here's,
Hopefully, things will get better, but if they don't, that's the reason this is in place.
Then let us know, Mark. I know I already called the state, and the state was like, well, you guys don't have that problem up there. And I'm like,
really.
well, compared to the southern counties, you know, that have already lost 50% of their water, so.
There was a state report today, and they showed us the lower half of our county, especially out west.
Out west,
Is anywhere else. Our northern tier,
right,
we are just a smidge better than
on the
average,
edge. Okay,
but So we're still in that state.
thank you.
All right, Charlene,
Oh, you mean it's
I understand we had some Tax sale
You can pull that up, Jeff, so you know what we're supposed to do.
Stuff.
Have you seen that email?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pull it
Yeah.
up, because I'm like, how I'm gonna say that is.
And I have the wording I have to say. I don't know that you do exactly. But, so we had the tax sale the third Thursday in May. It was the first time we've done an online tax sale. We had 56 properties, and we had a bid on every single one of them, which is unusual, but because it was online, that is what happened. And so of those 56, there were 8 properties where they were bid, but then the bidders never paid. And the reasoning behind that is the non-compliant properties out west. We had a notification on all of those properties, but they didn't have to click a button or anything to say they understood what that meant. And so following the tax sale, because we had everything sell, we did reach out to all those non-compliant property people to make sure that they were aware of what they had purchased. And
Those are the
So-
red ones at the bottom of page 1.
right, so some
Okay.
asked for their bids to be rejected, which can only be done by the commission. So the first motion we need is if you choose to reject those 8 bids that were never paid.
So they just end up being struck back to the county, and we just have those.
That will be the
Okay.
next movement, is
Okay.
to then have those get struck to the county.
Okay.
Do we have to ratify the tax sale first and then?
You
in
first
that-
have to
I think it's the
reject
other way.
those
Okay.
Then
properties.
ratify it, okay.
Yeah,
Well, then, I guess I'll make a motion that we reject the unpaid properties, the 8 unpaid properties listed.
Second.
Okay, have a motion by Commissioner Hadfield and a second by Commissioner Summers. All in favor?
Aye.
okay, and then we then show those properties as being struck off to the county, and I need to read a statement regarding that, and then you'll go ahead and ratify the tax sale. All property here offered for sale, which has not been struck off to a private purchaser, is hereby struck off and sold to the county of Box Elder, and I hereby declare the fee simple title of the property to be vested in the county.
I'll make a motion, we ratify the 2022 tax sale.
Second?
Have a motion by Commissioner Summers, a second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Thank you.
Okay. So the online tax sale, overall, pretty good experience, worked well?
For sure, we'll make some tweaks to how it's operated, and I would like them to say they understand that they're buying a non-compliant property. But as far as, yeah, it was fairly, other than that problem, went
Yeah.
fairly smoothly.
It looks like, I mean,
A
everything's
lot more
sold.
participation and collected a lot more funds, I think, than we normally would on certain properties.
Awesome.
So,
The only
Okay.
thing that we ever did, when we had 3,300 of these when we started 10 years ago,
yeah.
if we can get to the point where some of these actually touch and get them to conforming parcels,
Combine them.
combine them, so for next year's, that might
So
be
we
something.
ended up like still selling several of the non-compliant properties to private ownership, which is going to make it very difficult to ever get this big enough to
Yeah.
Yep.
be in compliance.
I think eventually all of them will come back.
How long that will
So,
take, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know if we'll be around to see it, but
I would
okay.
love to see something done
Yeah,
statewide to
but at least it's
do
only
this
3,
differently.
we only have a few, like I said, instead
Yeah.
of 3,300
Yeah,
when we
it's
started
gotten,
with.
it's a lot fewer, but they'll keep cycling through.
Awesome.
Thanks, Charlene.
Thanks.
Thanks for your work on that. Yep. Okay. Let's see, are we to Destin on the program?
Good evening. So the first item from our department is item 9A, which
You
is
need
this.
to Say
Oh.
who you is.
Dustin Christiansen, Community Development.
Sorry.
Libra.
Thanks.
See what you started, Corey?
All right, so this is item 9A, which is the Salt Creek subdivision. Phase 3 is just a small 2-lot subdivision. It is located roughly around 4,700 north and 2,800 west, just kind of southwest of Honeyville area, as far as that goes. And so they're just adding 2 lots to this subdivision. It has gone through departmental review, and all departments have approved of that. And so consequently, because it is small lot, it's your decision, but here for final approval.
Cool.
Any questions? Okay.
I don't have any.
Why is it called Salt Creek over in Honeyville? Just kidding.
I'll make a motion, we approve the Salt Creek subdivision Phase 3.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Hadfield, a second by Commissioner Summers. All in favor?
Aye.
Kind of territorial over there in Boston.
Well,
Yeah.
I seen Mark here and I'm like going, has he got another subdivision next to Beckham at Salt Creek? Because it's right around the corner, right?
All right, now, I guess with that, I'm unknowing, obviously being like third string here or whatever as far as this goes. Is this something you guys want to wait till the second item here before I ask about signatures on these guys?
Yeah, we'll just sign them both at the same time. Yep.
Okay. All right, so item 9B, this is Beckham's Edge subdivision Phase 2. It is a 7-lot subdivision as part of Phase 2. Located roughly 11050 north and 8300 west, kind of West Tremont area as far as that goes. So similarly has gone through departmental review. All departments have approved of this one as well, and so it is here for final approval. And we do have with that as well a subdivision improvement agreement, the original here as well for signature upon your approval if that's
Cool.
the decision made.
I'd make a motion, we approve Beckham's Edge subdivision, 2-lot. Or no, Phase 2, sorry.
I
Misread
was
my,
going to say, there's more than 2 lots.
Phase 2.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Summers, second by Commissioner Hadfield. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and sign those.
Did you drill for secondary water out there, Mark? I was gonna call and ask you.
Say what
Were
again?
you drilling for secondary water?
You know, they're actually the wells. West Grant has them. We put all the infrastructure in for taps, but they haven't put the taps.
Serious.
The county just said where we had to do a test well, make sure the water was
Potable.
drinkable, potable. And then we got the results before you could record this.
How far did you go down?
I actually ended up with 2 well drillers there at the same time, been trying to get them there for 9 months.
Yeah.
To show up on the same day. One, I think, is 230 and one's 240. You did okay about 200.
Which one do you want to sign first, whether it's subdivision
Had to
plat
go
or
to
the
the green.
When my dad did that one up in the pocket, we were 680 feet.
I don't want to deal with that.
Steve.
200 was bad enough. I
We
like
only had to
100.
case 100 of it though.
Really?
The rest of it was solid rock.
So where they was okay to go down. Yeah, they had to case this, and one guy does 8-inch casing, the other one did 6. But I only put pump in 1.
I was wondering, Tammy Thompson was supposed to come talk to you. Did she ever come grab you? Remember Tammy?
Not that I know of.
She was wondering about, I said, well, Mark's drilling some wells over there on that new subdivision. I was wondering if you were just doing secondary or something with that, so.
Yeah, it's just for their primary. That's what we hope that Brent will get to a point if we can leverage them to get to releasing some. We're on
The conservatory district's just up the street.
yeah, we haven't, we put it in. We have fire coverage from West Grand, and we got 9 taps on the other, but that was the last 9 they sold 3 years ago.
Wow.
And so we're holding it.
Okay.
Probably put this structure in for them, we'll put it in for them again anyway, just to get fire hydrant coverage, you know, so.
Cool. Good luck.
Only needs a notary.
Thank you.
This one I needed as well.
Good to see you. I keep telling my grandsons you named it after him.
He likes that, huh?
He does.
See you guys. Thanks.
See ya.
Spelled different, isn't it?
It's about the same, I think.
B-E-K-A-M?
Oh, this is, yeah, mine's B-E-C-K.
I said that there was a C in there.
I'm waving the girl in the back warrant register. He was snoozing.
Yeah.
He was snoozing. He was snoozing.
Yeah, we've been RFPing this afternoon.
Those kids' rings were awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I would've got a ring like that. I think they used to give us old worn-out baseballs,
Yeah, there you go.
didn't they?
It's all about the board.
Or a plastic trophy that'll
Yeah.
break when you put it away.
And this one.
They're awesome. Yeah, that's okay. The one guy said, "Are you sure this is okay if we bring these guys here?" 'Cause it's, I'm like, I think it's cool as heck. Can you imagine being a team that has basically 1 million people you can draw from?
Well, most of these kids are on the same team.
Yeah, it's, I
Can
just,
you imagine when they hit high
Yeah.
school?
oh. Hopefully they all grow into it. Hey, thanks for being,
No problem.
thanks
Yep.
for being cleanup.
Thanks for pitching and
Garbage duty today?
Scott,
When
Scott
Scott
Marcus,
comes back,
oh yeah.
clean up on aisle 5.
when Scott comes back, he said, just say, "Are they always that mean when you?"
Hey, this was better than the last public hearing we had.
Yeah, that's true.
Way to look on the bright side.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Destin.
thanks.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. How many more signatures we need?
A few.
Because I was gonna make a motion to adjourn. Gently, let's see.
Yep, you're the only thing keeping us. So.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know, the sign says.
no pressure there.
All
It's
right,
in yellow.
fine.
That used to drive Rebecca crazy.
Oh, yeah, I know, that's what I was sitting there.
Yeah, she would take our clicky pens away.
Oh,
Yeah,
she would.
She wouldn't, she tried to avoid giving us clicky pens.
The last time I saw her, I actually had a clicky pen and I,
You did that to her?
I'm
Yep.
shocked. What's that?
was there just the three or am I missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually there's two or four.
Three
That's
signatures.
what I was just gonna
There's
say.
three, so. Okay,
Okay,
all right.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn. No closed session. Okay.
second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye, aye, aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Not bad.